back to the sports. We're in our interactive segment. Do remember to download the SportsMax app from the Google Play or the App Store. Catch all our premium content from the tip of your fingers, and there are occasions when you can interact with one of us, myself, Lance or Ricardo, in the live chat feature. Send us your voice notes via WhatsApp and check our clips on X and YouTube. Well, Sir Viv Richards has declared that Virat Kohli is as great as Sachin Tendulkar. Here is how X reacted. So Rajiv says Sir Viv Richards is the biggest fan of Virat Kohli. Arfa, Sir Viv Richards called Virat as the greatest. There might be talented batters, but you can't go past Kohli. I'm a huge fan of Kohli. Virat Kohli will go down as one of the all-time greats in the history of cricket, right up there with the likes of the great Sachin. Ben Kitman says Viv Richards said Virat Kohli is a massive credit to the game of cricket. Cricket Man says Viv Richards says the way Virat Kohli pushing himself every day and the way he's playing, very few players or people in the world are built like that. Avinash says Viv Richards, I see myself in Virat. 100. All right, so Ricardo and Lance, do you agree with Sir Viv that Virat Kohli is as great as the little master Sachin Tendulkar? You first. The facial expression.
No, I want to hear from Lance.
No, I want to hear from you.
No, I want to hear from Lance, and Lance is ready to say what he is about to say.
Well, his statistics are certainly putting him in line, maybe at the end of his career, to measure up to a lot of what Sachin has done. And the fact is that Viv Richards has long been an admirer of Virat Kohli. From Virat was the captain of the Indian team. You know, that was a long time ago. Viv had already put his stamp on this young man and suggested that, you know, he was pretty special. So I'm not surprised by Sir Viv's comments. I think Sachin would still rank ahead of Virat, but Virat enters the conversation as a great based on his stats. It's irrefutable.
Yeah, you can only avoid the answer for a few seconds.
No, it's fine. So two questions, Lance.
Yes.
Why does Sachin still rank ahead of Virat, and how far ahead of him do you think he is at this stage?
I think the weight of Sachin's performances for the period of time that he delivered them, and the records that he still holds as a batsman, would keep him ahead of Virat. And I think it is a fair enough margin that it's not disputable. I don't know how to quantify the margin, but it is a big enough margin that I don't think it could be disputed.
Okay. What do you didn't
You don't
say
agree?
what you think.
I reserve comment for today. I think we should take this up
I
another
asked the
day.
man twice to comment. He asked Lance a question and he still hasn't commented.
Man or boy?
Were you offended by that?
Were you?
I wasn't offended.
Okay.
See, not everything. Don't sweat the small stuff. We have some YouTube comments from Wednesday's segment on double Olympic champion Caster Semenya. Semenya revealed she will no longer compete in athletics following the governing body's decision that she takes testosterone-lowering drugs to be eligible. This viewer, Sharon, wrote, such a sad story, and I'm glad we don't have these issues in our region. I note your comment that the athletes being barred are mostly African. I recall several non-African who were as masculine in appearance as Caster, yet they were not checked and barred. They need to do checks on all athletes competing in the Olympics and World Games to make sure they satisfy the rule for their male or female category. Whether Caster is male, female, or both, the matter was handled extremely poorly and with full disrespect. So, Ricardo, you were not here yesterday. We had Leighton Levy on.
Yeah, I just think this is such a difficult issue. The one thing I will agree with from that post is that World Athletics has not handled this situation well over time. But having said that, I don't think anyone can disagree that Caster Semenya has an unfair advantage when competing against women. I think Leighton Levy said it well yesterday, and I completely agree with him, where in these situations, maybe the answer is to have a category for others, because I just think it's too unfair for athletes with differences in sexual development and the advantages that come with that condition to be competing against women.
Yeah. My only comment or response to that, Ricardo, would be the comment in the response that we just got from the viewer about in the past there were white athletes who looked just as masculine as Caster Semenya does, because Yarmita Kratochvilova, who holds the world record for 800 meters, Semenya's event, at 1:53.28, I think.
Yes.
Her mark still holds, and she didn't get in trouble, apparently.
Yeah, and that's a good point. But the truth is, that was also a long time ago. And
Yeah.
so a lot of times I like to deal with the now. And if there are any such instances in the now, then I think those are the instances that we would have to use to judge. Or if there are such instances going forward from where we are, we can use those. So I don't want to dwell too much on what happened 40, 50 years ago, because a lot has changed since that time.
All right, on that note, we have to wrap today's show. I thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow for a Friday edition of the SportsMax Zone.
I never had it easy for the brands and the bling and the expensive thing owner. I never had the money, never had nice living. And mama say, oh, you could have it all, just work hard for yours. I say, mama, you know I'll work hard for sure. Now Jaja bless me with the opportunity to fly country to country. Now I could drink champagne when I thirst. Now I could see only thing I never see. They say this is how I eat man so long.